G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Just thought I'd take a quick look at Ubuntu 18.10. Been running this for maybe a couple of weeks now, on and off. So I thought I'd just get around to making a small video on what's new in 18.10. Well, there's not a huge amount of new stuff, mainly under the hood stuff. This is OMG Ubuntu. Joey Snedden quite often writes what's new on the OMG Ubuntu site. Let's have a look at a couple of things. We've got a new Ubuntu theme, and that theme is called Yaru, I think it is, and we've got a new icon set called Suru. So you've got Yaru and Suru. These are inspired by the Ubuntu Phone and Unity 8 projects. Well, maybe the Suru icons were anyway. And then you got the GNOME 3.3 in the Ubuntu 18.10. So this includes new versions of core apps like Calendar, To Do, and the venerable GNOME Terminal Emulator. We have updated software, Mozilla Firefox 63, Thunderbird 60, LibreOffice 6.1, Shotwell 0.3, Remina 1.2.3 and Rhythmbox 3.2.4. The Ubuntu repos have also been refreshed so that the tide of other ACE software like GIMP, VLC and Krita are readily available. We have Snap improvements. So if you're an avid user of Snap apps on Ubuntu, and judging by the tech's rapid adoption, chances are you are, then there are a couple of notable changes to appreciate in the Cosmic Cuttlefish, and that would be find beta and alpha apps in Ubuntu software, Snap mounts no longer shown in the system monitor, option to log out of Ubuntu One account, verified publisher badge in-app listings, and faster startup times. So we'll just run through a few things here. New kernel and graphics drivers. So we have new kernel and graphics drivers. So 4.18 kernel, that was the latest kernel at the time of release, and the support period's 9 months, which is normal for the interim releases. So let's just run through a couple of things. We'll have a quick look at slight differences in Ubuntu 18.04 on the left and Ubuntu 18.10 on the right. So I've just taken a few screenshots here just to have a look at some differences in the icon set. So we have a few slightly different changes in icons, especially cheese is a huge change. And the calendar, the Suru set is quite a fair bit of difference. So that's that there. We have, I'm not sure if there's a slight difference in the application menu down the bottom there, or whether that was just the mouse was hovering over that. I'm not quite sure about that one. There's the desktops side by side. Notification, so you can see the slight variation in the theme there. It's a little bit darker. We have the 18.04 window, 18.04, a snapshot of the file manager and also the software center. And then we have the same thing in 18.10. So you can see the difference in the file manager icon set and slight variations in the window theme as well, which is slightly darker. And then there was the statement that the 18.10 has better memory usage, so I thought I would check that out. And on the left we have Ubuntu 18.04, and on the right we have Ubuntu 18.10. So you can quite clearly see there, this is on the same hardware, two different partitions, but on the same hardware. And I started them up pretty much roughly the same time, just give them time to settle down, and then took a screenshot. And that was the difference in usage. So it's down by, what can you say, almost 3%. So that's a pretty good result anyway. And then I had a look at the snaps. Now I didn't use the installed snaps. I installed Audacity, and these are the results that I got. Ubuntu 18.04 snaps were actually slightly faster than Ubuntu 18.10. So I think I'm not quite sure why that is, but also the Ubuntu 18.10 snap didn't look as good as the 18.04, and I've got the videos of where I timed this happening. Now there was an error that came up in the 18.10, must have been some sort of bug or something, which is likely to happen on the 18.10 base, and that could have affected the results there. I'm not quite sure whether it did or not, but definitely the bug I think came up on the second launch, not the first one. I don't think. I can't quite remember, but I'll run the videos. You can have a look at them one after the other, and you can check it out for yourself. So we're going to check out the amount of time that it takes to open Audacity Snap package. So I'm going to start the clock, and we can get some idea with this clock how long it takes. So that'll be when the window pops up, so I can look back at that in slow motion on Kden Live, and we can check that out. Now we'll do one more, the second go, now that it's been opened once, and that'll open faster of course. And then we'll compare Ubuntu 18.04, which is what we're running here, as opposed to Ubuntu 18.10. And we'll see the speed of opening snaps was supposed to have been backported to 18.04 as well, so I'm sort of thinking that they should be very similar. So we'll see how we go. So here we are on Ubuntu 18.10. We're going to put the timer there, and we're going to see how long it takes for Audacity to start on Ubuntu 18.10. So that was the first time, and we'll do the second time as well. Okay, and I shall check those results and see whether there's any improvement or they're both the same on 18.10 and 18.04. So we'll check that out. So this is the 18.10 we are running here. We have, as you can see, the file manager, which is, let's have a look at the about will be up here, won't it? About files 3.26.4. If we go to the info, I'm pretty sure we have info on here. No, we don't want help, do we? No, we don't. So we'll just take a quick run through the desktop here. We'll look through the settings itself. I must admit that this is a little bit Seems to be a bit of stuttering going on in this one here, so I don't know whether it's my hardware or the 1810 itself. That's probably why there was a slight difference in the snap startups as well. So, but it's expected to have some anomalies in the 1810 being such a short release, so they're normally trying different things out in here anyway. So. And there we go, Ubuntu 18.10. That's the hardware. And we also have in here, under devices, we have the Thunderbolt now. So I don't have Thunderbolt connected to here. So I actually wouldn't mind trying this on my Intel NUC, because that's my main system that's been running Linux Mint now for about maybe 3 months. So that has Thunderbolt, and I wouldn't mind trying that out to see if I can take advantage of quicker file transfer times. That would be an interesting one to see. So besides that, I think the settings would be pretty much the same as it always is. Have a quick look at the wallpapers. That wallpaper there is not bad. I discovered that one actually in the 1804 Unity, I think it was. So as you see, I've got a few, I've installed a few applications here, KDN Live, clocks. Now you've got your little to-do that comes with Ubuntu itself. So you've got to-do there, the GNOME to-do little personal reminder, I think it is. So you can have a look at the icons here. Slightly different, so and then you've got some utilities now. So very much it's an Ubuntu desktop with some slight changes. I have to say I'm really liking this new icon and new theme. I think it's good. Looks really nice, looks modern. Pretty happy with that, I must say. We got right click on the desktop, change background, open terminal, calendar and notifications. You can add world clocks under here. That's pretty handy. So that would have to be the GNOME clocks I put in there, I think. So world clocks, that's a handy one. LibreOffice 6.1.2.1. Thunderbird Mail, that is the new Thunderbird Mail, which would be Thunderbird 60.2.1. Firefox 63, Firefox Quantum 63, and we also have one called Remina. I haven't tried Remina before. I think that's a remote desktop client, yep. And that is about 1.2.31.4. Haven't tried that desktop yet, so might give that a go somewhere in the near future. And we have Rhythmbox. Rhythmbox 3.4.2. And we have Shotwell. Shotwell 0.3.1, and there's all my pictures there, and we can zoom in and out. So I've noticed that the top corner doesn't have, it may not have been in the last release either, there's no hot corner. We don't have tweaks, or do we have tweaks? We may have tweaks. So as you can see there, when you do a search for, I did a search for tweaks and I clicked on that and it's opened the software up and it's gone directly to GNOME tweaks. So that's pretty handy, I must say. So let's try that again. So if we go, say Handbrake, let's try that, and it'll probably recommend Handbrake, yeah. So that one would be probably a snap, and this one is probably from the Ubuntu repositories. So that comes up with the Software Center, and you can click on that. It'll open it up in the Software Center, and then you can install. So that's quite handy. That's a nice little feature. I quite like that. And if we do a search for certain files, so I've got Ubuntu pictures in here that I'm using for this video, and you can see them here in home column pictures. So that's done that search pretty well. So if we search, say, desktop, and there's my pictures as well, side by side pictures. So that's quite good. And then you've got other suggestions here in settings for that search. So desktop, and it's giving you an option for background or sharing. And then you got some suggestions under the Ubuntu software. So I have to say that GNOME and desktop search is quite good. That is a quick look around Ubuntu 18.10. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.